Konnichiwa, Tan desu. I used to study abroad and lived in Japan for nearly 6 years. And this channel is where I share everything I know and learned about Japanese learning and life in Japan. So in today's video, I will share a tip that helped me a lot in guessing the meaning and the own reading of a kanji, even when I have never seen that kanji before. If you are studying for the JLPT, this tip might be helpful for certain types of questions. Okay, so in Japanese, there's a kanji concept called Keisei Moji. In English, it means phonosemantic characters. I know, it sounds really hard, right? In short, these kanji are made of two parts. One part looks like the shape of something, helping us understand the theme or meaning of the character. The other part represents the own reading. Here are a few examples. This radical is called kusakamuri, which means grass crown. Most kanji with this radical have meanings related to plants. Here are 5 kanji with this radical. In this kanji, it works as the meaning part, and all of their meanings are related to plants. Next, we have the hand radical. These 4 kanji all use it as the meaning part, and their meanings are related to actions done by hand. This meaning part is usually on the left or top of the kanji. Here are 3 kanji with the radical ho, which means direction, way, or method. As you can see, all of their own readings are ho, or a very similar sound like bo. So if you understand these 2 parts of a kanji, you can easily guess what topic the kanji is about, and also guess the own reading of many characters, even the ones that are completely new to you. Just like in Chinese, 80% of kanji are made this way. However, there are a few things you need to be careful about. 1. Since the Japanese started using Chinese characters, kanji, more than 1,000 years ago, many kanji have changed its meaning over time, even though they still include the same radical. For example, this radical means grass crown, which I explained earlier. Some other kanji also have this radical, and in the past, their meanings were also related to plants. However, over hundreds of years, their meanings have changed. There is still a connection, but they are no longer directly related to plants. 2. Even if 2 kanji share the same own reading radical, their own reading can still be different. You can't assume every character follows this rule. This rule is only for you to use as a way to remember things easier, or when you're taking an exam and it is the last minute and you need to decide a final answer. Look at these 2 kanji. The first kanji, ao, means blue. Kanji that use this radical are usually read as se, but there are some exceptions where it is read as jo. The second kanji, majiru, means mix. In many cases, when we see this radical in a kanji, it is read as ko. However, in the kanji meaning compare, it is read as kaku. Number 3. The positions of the meaning part and the sound part are not always the same. Usually, the sound part is on the right or the bottom, but there are also many exceptions. Like in these 3 kanji you're seeing here, the sound radical is on the left or top of the kanji, and their own reading are jo, so, shi. Number 4. The radicals can change shape depending on where they are in that kanji. For example, the radical heart, kokoro. In many kanji, it keeps the same shape. But sometimes, like the first kanji you're seeing here, when it's on the left, it is written in a different shape. And in the second kanji, when it's in the bottom, it becomes another shape. Number 5. Even if 2 kanji have the radicals that look exactly the same, sometimes there are 2 different radicals with completely different meanings. This kanji, tsuki, which means moon, is one of the most basic we learn at N5. This radical in kanji, like akarui or asa, relates to time or calendars or the moon itself. On the other hand, when the radical ski appearing on the left of characters like mune, shi, no, do, the radical is actually called nikuzuki, which means the flesh radical or meat radical. This radical, even though it looks exactly the same with moon radical, it is from the shape of a cut piece of meat, so it appears in kanji related to body parts. Number 6. The most basic kanji, meaning N5 and some in N4, are simple and stand alone. But you need to remember and master these basics first because they will become the foundation for you to guess the meaning and the own reading of the advanced kanji you will learn in N3, N2, and N1. Okay, here's the last one. In many cases, kanji include radicals that have nothing to do with the own reading or the meaning. It is just the way it is, and you will have to accept it and memorize it just the way you do with English. People learn kanji in different ways. Some prefer learning kanji through vocabulary and context, and once their vocabulary is big enough, they will just start recognizing all of the radicals inside those kanji and remember all of it, including the meaning of the radicals. Others enjoy making stories based on the radicals or how the kanji looks like. For those learners, I heard that Wanikani is a very suitable app for learning kanji that way. Okay, so that is the end of this video. Thank you very much for staying with me until the end. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I hope that these tips I gave you would be useful for you in some way. Thank you, and I will see you in the next videos. Jane, bye bye!